it's like 6 o'clock and it is getting dark, and so there's no natural light coming into my room at all, so I have my light on and some Christmas lights hanging up on my ceiling, and that doesn't really help either, but I will show you the Christmas lights because they're quite pretty. Okay. Yeah, it's like stars. Not really, but you know, close enough. I put those up on Christmas, or around Christmas, because I've always wanted like lights like that in my room, and they're obviously never around until like Christmas, so I seized the opportunity and bought some and strung them all in on my ceiling, which was quite the mission itself, just because it was the ceiling, and gravity plays a part in that, obviously. So I would have put it like on my bed frame, but I'm afraid my cats would chew, or even the dog, he probably would too, chew the wires, and I don't want them to like electrocute themselves. So yeah. Speaking of cats, oh my gosh, I feel so bad. My cat, Izzy, I named her after Katherine Heigl's character on Grey's Anatomy when I was like 14, because I was obsessed with that show. She, poor little thing, she was on my bed, and I got up to go get water, and the cat's food dish is in the bathroom, but because of the dog, who is snoozing, always eats it. Like, he's such a weirdo. But, I mean, I think every dog, like, eats cat food if there's cats around too, but, so we can't put the food dish on the floor for them to get, so we put the food dish on the back part of the toilet, like where whatever the hell that is called, when you lift up the thing and it's the water and whatever that's called. And we just put it, I have a text message. Let me make that go away so it doesn't beep again. What was I talking about? Oh, so the dish is on the back of the toilet, and the cats just jump up on there and eat it. I mean, they're fine with it. I mean, they haven't complained, even though they're cats and they can't really complain. Well, they can, but can't. Yeah. Anyway, so my cat, I cleaned off the toilet, or cleaned the bathroom, and cleaned off the top of the back of the toilet because there were dirty paw cat prints all over from it being super warm out lately, and so I think it was a little slippery, and my cat jumped on there to eat, and she slipped and fell and hurt her paw, and she like got down and she started meowing, like crying really bad. I'm like, oh my gosh, Izzy, and I was like holding her, and then she tried to walk and she limped really bad. I was like, oh no, and I almost started to cry. I was just like, ugh. And then I grabbed her and put her on my mom's lap in the living room, and then she's fine now. I don't know. Maybe she just like sprained it, like landed on it wrong or something. I don't know. But I think she's fine now. She's outside playing. So yeah, that was really scary. Anyway, yeah, it's been super warm out. Like, it was probably not so much anymore, but it was like in the 50s today. And which might not be warm for some people, which I understand, but for where I'm from, it's ridiculously warm for being the middle of February. Yeah, it's February, duh, because it is Valentine's Day. But it's been consistently on average in the 40s in the last 2 or 3 weeks, and it's weird. Like, in the winter, we get cold winters, and just a few months ago, it was -30 Fahrenheit and freezing ass cold, and I couldn't ever roll down my windows, and it was just frost and snow and everything. But lately it's been in the 40s, and it's blowing my mind. I don't know if anyone else around town is like as much as me, but like, I don't know, I'm enjoying it. I'm not complaining, but it's just weird how nice it is outside. Like, if I had the gumption to go outside, I'd take Milo for a walk, but and he probably should because he's getting a little chubby. Not that that's bad, but for the type of dog he is, it's probably not a good thing. But anyway, yeah, it's hot, so it's kind of hot in my room right now. Yeah, so updates on other things. I've been more vocal about how much I'm struggling to my mom, which is a huge, huge accomplishment in and of itself, because I've never been one to voice my problems or voice how I'm feeling or anything, and so actually being able to tell my mom that was probably really awesome. So pat on the back for me. So since then I'm now currently seeing my doctor, my primary care physician or whoever, twice a week, on Mondays, and then sometime like Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday, in the week, just because she works primarily out of town, and she comes to town once a week on Mondays. So I always try to schedule an appointment on Monday so I don't have to drive to and from to and from the town twice a week, because even though gas prices are a little tiny low right now, which is great, but it's I don't want to drive, even if it's just a half an hour. And I do enjoy driving by myself places just because I get a jam to good music. But yeah, so I see her twice a week. I get weighed and get my blood drawn. My enunciation of words is terrible. Anyway, so yeah, I've been doing that, and now I am currently seeing a psychologist twice a week, which is kind of cool because she actually deals and works with primarily with eating disorders, which is also a big, huge mind fuck, because I didn't know there was such a person in the state, let alone in my little dinky town. It's kind of cool, just because it's kind of nice, because eating disorders aren't talked about or any of that around my town, or probably my state. I don't really know why, but it's not kind of typically something that people talk about. Well, in general it isn't, but especially in my town it's not. I don't know if it's just hushed or if it's just not an issue, which it probably is, but it's just, I don't know. But yeah, so I see her twice a week, and I've only seen her twice so far. I just started seeing her last week, and I think I like her so far. I do have trust issues with anyone, not just, well, I have trust issues with everyone, and especially when I have to talk about my feelings, it's kind of a big deal. So she's good. I enjoy her so far. She's nice. So I guess we'll see how that goes. I'll let you know more once I get the feel of her a little bit more. So the big issue right now, once I saw my doctor and the psychologist, they all recommended, well, mostly my doctor recommended me to go back to treatment, which I hate to admit it, but yeah, she's really pushing me to go back to treatment and get readmitted. So I've been in contact with the treatment center I went to a year ago, and I talked to an admissions person and kind of did a reevaluation type thing, and she referred me to excuse me, a financial assistant or whoever, or whatever her job title is, something to do with money. So to see if insurance would at all cover, and I learned that insurance will cover residential and partial, which is cool. But the thing is, I'm planning to go to residential if I do go back, just because I think that type of support would be mostly needed at this point. with behavioral interruption and things like that. So the only issue is that the deductible is well beyond my financial range. Well, yeah, I have like, on average, like $40 in my bank account at a time, and it's kind of been going like this since I've had to pay for doctor stuff and insurance copays and stuff like that. So, that's just kind of the only issue right now is the deductible, because I cannot pay for it. My mother can't pay for it. And I mean, if I could pay for it, I would probably be in treatment right now. But I haven't been, but I have a family member, an uncle, who may be willing to loan me the money for it. I don't know yet because I still haven't called him. I need to, but I don't like calling people on the phone, and I'm not necessarily very close to him, and my whole hard-headed prideness doesn't want to admit I have a problem and I can't pay for treatment for the problem, and that kind of bothers me. Even though I'm 20 years old. I'm 21 years old, and that sort of thing still bothers me, and I shouldn't probably have it bother me so much, but anxiety and pride gets in the way, I guess. So I have yet to call him, and ask him for a loan. I am hoping if he is willing to help pay for the loan that I would get out of treatment and get a job and help pay off, or actually just pay off the loan whenever I can. But who knows, maybe he'd say no. I don't really know. So I guess I will update you if that ever changes and stuff like that. I just kind of need to get the balls to do that. Figurative balls, obviously, but yeah. What else has been going on? This video is really long. I've been playing a lot of Smite lately. It's a PC, believe, an MMO game. It is free to play online, and you don't need to go out and buy the disc for it and download it. The programs through there. You can just go on to the website and play, and it's a lot of fun. Like, if you're bored and you're the type of person that likes to play like World of Warcraft and other MMOs, try Smite, S-M-I-T-E. They have a website. I'm going to be too lazy to link it, so Google it. But you just get to battle against and be different types of gods throughout different cultural mythology. I think that's a correct term. I don't know. But yeah, so you could be like Zeus or Thor or Ra or Nemesis, Aphrodite, just a whole bunch of different like gods, and it's actually a lot of fun. I didn't think I'd really like it, but I have a friend that is actually really into it, and he's like, you should try it sometime, and so I did it, and I actually enjoy it a lot. So I try to play whenever I can, at least once a day. At least if I don't play, at least log on once a day, because if you log on every day, you get certain cash in the game, rewards and stuff, so you can purchase different gods to battle with. So if you're bored, play some Smite, and then if you do, comment your login name or whatever, and I will add you. My login name or whatever is UnholyNeko. One word. U is capitalized and so is N. And I am cool like that because I wanted something to do with cats in it, but I was like, I don't know, unholy cat or unholy kitten doesn't sound very mighty, and so Neko works. So yeah, so that's kind of about it. Happy Valentine's Day. I'm gonna go hang out with some friends later tonight in 3.5 hours or so, which I'm kind of impatient about.